It was one of the most astonishing miracles in the Bible, a moment that left thousands speechless and full. 5 loaves of bread and 2 small fish became a feast for over 5,000 people. But how? How did such a small offering become more than enough? The story is recorded in all 4 Gospels, but behind the miracle lies something even deeper than multiplication, a message of faith, surrender, and divine abundance. It began with a crowd massive, hungry, and desperate. Jesus had just crossed the Sea of Galilee, seeking rest with his disciples. But when the people saw where he was going, they followed. Thousands came, not for bread, but for truth, for healing, for hope. And Jesus, seeing them, was moved with compassion. He taught them, he healed them. But then came the practical question, what would they eat? The disciples, looking at the crowd and doing the math, saw a problem. They suggested sending the people away. But Jesus said something radical. You give them something to eat. Philip did the numbers and said it would take more than half a year as wages to buy enough bread. But then Andrew spoke up, almost reluctantly. There's a boy here who has 5 loaves and 2 fish, but what are they among so many? And there it was. A child, a small lunch, a willing offering. It didn't make sense, but it didn't have to. Because when something small is placed in the hands of Jesus, it no longer operates by human rules. It's not about how much you have, it's about who you give it to. Jesus told the people to sit down, took the 5 loaves and 2 fish, looked up to heaven, gave thanks, and broke them. And the miracle happened not in a flash of light, not with a thunderous voice, but in the breaking. As Jesus broke the bread, it began to multiply. He handed it to the disciples, and they handed it to the people. They handed it again and again and again, and it never ran out. Not only was there enough for everyone to eat as much as they wanted, but there were 12 baskets left over, 1 for each disciple. One reminder for every doubter that God's provision isn't limited by our lack. But how did it happen? It happened because of faith. It happened because someone was willing to offer the little they had. It happened because Jesus took the small, gave thanks, and broke it. And this isn't just about bread, it's about your life. Some of us look at what we have, our talents, our time, our strength, and we say, it's not enough. But Jesus says, give it to me. What we call small, God calls seed. What we see is not enough, God sees as the beginning of overflow. The miracle of the 5 loaves is more than a moment, it's a method. God multiplies what we surrender. He takes the small, the broken, and the offered, and he turns it into more than enough. That's how 5 loaves fed thousands, not by logic, not by luck, but by the hands of a Savior who turns little into abundance when it's placed in his hands.